Good morning, everyone. This is Nikki with Success Breeds Success and whyilove.isogenics.com. Every single day we have choices that we get to make, and our choices impact our future, our lives, our daily experiences, everything. And these last couple weeks, I don't know, it's definitely been a little bit longer than that. I've kind of been in a funk. And I've allowed my choices to dictate my lack of conscious decision, dictate a path that does not exactly work for having a successful business. And my business has been impacted. I have not reached out, and therefore I've been in this kind of a stalemate. And this is just accountability. It's not saying that, oh, I suck. Woo-woo. No, this is accountability. These are the actions that I did, and those actions impacted my business. And that's just something I get to acknowledge, and it is what it is. But the point of accountability is to acknowledge, shift left, and move forward again. So I'm sharing this because everybody goes through moments or time periods, whatever, where they just feel like bleh about business or about life or about everything. It's normal. It's okay. What is abnormal is choosing to stay in that moment. If you're choosing to stay in, then the results that you create, you can't blame anyone for. You only get to look at it and go, okay, this is what I've done. I created this. And so today, actually it's been longer than today, but I'm going to use today just to say today I've made a decision. But I created a new pathway, and I'm making new choices that are back in line with what works for my business and what works for self and family and so forth. And so I'm choosing to step left. In this video, it probably looks like I'm stepping right, but I'm stepping left. I've chosen to step left, and I'm moving forward again. And I'm really excited because every setback is a setup for success. I'm going to say that again. Every setback is actually a setup for success. And I definitely took a step back of the last few weeks. And I've looked at my life and gone, whoa, some of these choices aren't working for me. I could see how my choices were leading me down a path that, far too right for my liking. Right leading to mediocrity, laziness, slothfulness, just downright bleh, and that just doesn't work for me. As a result, I created more weight on my body. As a result, I created, I'm looking at my dog as I say this because she's laying there like, I hate this life right now. But I created a ripple because it didn't just affect me, it affected those around me. And I see how those decisions impact my life, business, family. Just be aware, every choice we make is more than just impacting ourselves. It is impacting family. It impacts everything around you. Everything within your sphere of influence is impacted by your decisions and what you choose to do with your life. And that's not just your present. The choices you make today, there is somebody down the line that is going to be impacted because of a choice you made today. Whether actively and consciously choosing into something or unconsciously choosing out of something by not making decisions. Your choice, your results is going to impact not just your present, but also the future people in your life. So that's a huge choice. Now, I'm trying to remember which financial guru led me to that. He was talking about money, but it's not just about money. It also impacts life. He was explaining, I think it was Dale Burkhart. No, not Dale Burkhart. I'll remember one day. But basically he said, if you're choosing to spend $25 today instead of investing that $25, it basically boiled down to that $25 in 10 years is basically $25,000 in your bank. So every time you go out and go shopping, for something you really don't need, but just felt like having it, you're actually impacting $25,000 of your life at $25 10 years down the road. And I'm like, wow, that's really an impact, brain blowing and whatever. Everything you do, it's not just money, it's life. Everything you do impacts not just today, but also the future. So getting back to me in my moment, I probably just cost myself $1 million in sales over in the future. Now, there's good news. The good news is that I recognized what I did. I've stopped that hemorrhage of mediocrity, and I've created a new, path again. And yes, that path may be putting me right back on the path that I was on before, but it is still the same. It's still a new choice. It is a new decision made. And it is putting me back on that track for success that I feel works for me. Now remember, success does not look the same for every single person. Success could be as simple as making an A on a test. It could be the fact that you made perfect bread, or you met your weight goals. It doesn't, or you've earned another million in sales this year in business. It looks different for everybody. So don't compare yourself to others when you're looking at your success path, because there's no comparison. Every single person's life is unique, and what you can't see is everything they did to get to that point where they are. Okay, so you have no business comparing yourself. I can only compare myself to my own efforts and my own successes or failures. And remember, failures are fails, which are first attempts in learning. So I'm not quitting. It's just moving forward and learning and growing. And besides, in order to quit, you have to do something. So I haven't finished doing what I need to do in order to quit. And I've never been a quitter. It just doesn't work for me. If I have a goal, I go for that goal, and I keep going for that goal, and I keep going for that goal until I get it. Or I learn that it does not work for me. Now, so far, every single thing I've gone for, I've gotten. Whenever I've wanted something, I've really gotten it. So, which is really awesome. And people go, "Oh, then you're just lucky." I said, "No, I'm not lucky." If you talk to my daughter, she thought I was cursed for the longest time because I kept trying things that didn't work. Now, granted, it never looked the same twice. I learned each time, so I was able to move forward. That's part of learning. But my daughter's like, "Mom, you are the most unluckiest person I've ever known." No, I'm just the person who's tried the most things that you've known. And that's okay. Every time I put effort forward and it doesn't work, I learn something. I grow and I move forward. And you know what? All those times have paid off. I was able to do something this week that totally rocked my daughter's world. I gave her first car. And that was the coolest thing. I'm paying cash for a car for my daughter. That's, there was a time when I actually chose between food and paying rent, just trying to take care of her and I. And to be able to get her a car, not only that, but a classic, that feels great. But that's based on decisions that have been made over time that brought me to this point. And even in this point of blah, and I've just been letting, injury and everything else get to me, I'm still able to create change that is impactful on the next generation, my daughter. And, every single time she sees some success that she kind of, I'm afraid to hope for, or, so forth. Every time she realizes that if she claims something, she can create it, and so on and so forth. Do you have any idea how cool that is? What that's doing long term? How that impacts her future? Everything we do impacts someone else, not just self. So be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful every single day. Choose into something. Whatever it is that you get to choose in for that day, for your dreams, for your path, for your life, do so 100% consciously choosing in. Because every day that you don't consciously choose into your vision, you are choosing out and creating something else. So this has been Nikki with Success Breeds Success and Isogenics.com, whyilove.isogenics.com. And you guys don't have to learn the hard way. There's people all around us sharing, including myself, that's sharing, hey, this is where I'm at. You don't have to repeat this. Learn from what others have done on our paths to success to make your path easier. All right. Again, this is Nikki with Success Breeds Success and whyilove.isogenics.com. Have a great day.